So we just had 3 sales in our eBay shop today, so we're gonna just pack up those 3 orders tonight. By the end of the video, we'll go over exactly how much each of those items earned after fees and labels and everything, and then see exactly how much money we made today for profit-wise. Before we do that, I'm going to take some photos of 3 items that are going to be hitting my eBay shop in the next couple of weeks, probably. I'm doing a lot of scheduling, so some of these things might not show up for till the end of the month. Yeah, it's been a wild day here in the Chicago area. The last couple of days, these storms have been coming through that have been like unbelievable. This is like monsoons in the middle of the summer here. And we've been struggling with our little dog Pineapple, and his anxiety for this whole summer has been, we've had, this is the 4th year, I think this is the 4th summer we've had him, and this is by far the worst summer we've dealt with. Like the fireworks out of control, and then these storms this year have been crazy. So we had him at the vet. I took him to the vet maybe 2 weeks ago because his anxiety gets so extreme that he hurts himself. Like, I came home from work and he was covered with blood from, I don't know exactly what he was doing to hurt himself that way, but he hurt himself pretty bad. So we have him on a whole regiment of anxiety medications. So for the last couple of summers, we've had him taking trazodone as needed. It's kind of a drug that you're supposed to give to the dog when it's like 2 to 3 hours before a triggering event will occur, which is, it's difficult to know that with fireworks. And really this year it's been difficult to know that with storms too. It seems like our weather reports are not reliable these days. Like, for instance, last night, I had at one time 10 different weather apps, and I tried to kind of narrow it down to the 3 that I thought were the most accurate. And last night, all 3 of them were giving different information. So the earliest a storm was supposed to start last night was like 11 or 11:30. And so I wasn't too worried about getting these pills into him. But the storm came at like 8:45, and it was a intense storm. Basically immediately set him off. And yeah, it was a rough night. So yeah, the last couple of summers we've had him taking trazodone before a storm or before some other kind of a triggering event, and it definitely works a little bit, but you really have to get the dosage exactly right. So like we right now we give him 1/2 of a pill. Like, I tried giving him a whole pill, and then one of the side effects is like vocalization. So if he has the whole pill, he does a lot of whining and a lot of barking, and that's kind of disturbing to have a dog just whining in your face for 2 hours. So if we give him a 1/4 of a pill, it's very similar, a lot of whining. It seems like the half pill is just right in the sweet spot where we don't have the side effects. And I would say it knocks his destructive, compulsive behaviors down by like 25%. You know, it's not solving the problem. So I went back to, after he hurt himself a couple of weeks ago, I went to the vet. She suggested we add gabapentin to that routine. So those 2 pills together are supposed to work pretty well. I think they both attack different parts of the brain, the synapses or something. I mean, I don't know, but so they're supposed to work in different ways, so that one will do one thing, one will do the other, and hopefully that does a better job of knocking out some of the anxiety. But again, we're having the same problem where you have to know when these events are going to happen 2 to 3 hours ahead of time, and that's basically impossible to know. So he's also on fluoxetine, it's more of like a full-time anxiety pill. He gets one every single day, and it takes probably 6 to 8 weeks or more before you can, it's really working, you know. So we've only been giving it to him for 2 weeks, so it's hard to know if it's having any effect at this point or not. I'll have another appointment at the vet in about another 2 weeks, and then we'll see if we need to readjust. I'm considering going to a canine behaviorist and see if we can't figure out some way to help train some of these issues out of him. But that's, I mean, it's very expensive, and so I'm hesitant to do it. I'm afraid that I will just get a lot of information that I could find on eBay, or I mean on YouTube. So anyway, right now he's sleeping. Today, the day has just been, it's been on and off storms all day today. And I would say with these 3 pills in his body, he weathered this storm as well as could be expected. He was definitely, you know, anxious and upset, but he wasn't exhibiting any of his destructive behavior today, or very, very minor anyway. So I'm hopeful that we're heading in the right direction. I should have brought him down here with me to hang out and talk to you, but he's these pills do knock him out a little bit, so he's sleeping on the bed right now. So I guess that's enough talking about the dog, probably too much. We're about 4 or 5 minutes in and I haven't talked about my eBay stuff really at all. So I'm gonna pull 3 things that I want to get listed tonight and take photos of those, and then we'll go and pick the 3 orders that are going out and get them packed up, and then we'll talk about profits at the end of the video. Okay, so right here I have a big stack of Hardy Boys books. I think it's essentially the entire series. I started a listing of this a couple of weeks ago. I got these books for free. Somebody just wanted to get rid of them. And there were 50, I had 56, I had 55 of them, number 2 through 56. So I was missing number 1, and I was missing number 57 and 58. And so I started the listing. I was going to try to sell these for like $200 for the 55 books that I had. And then I took photos and I got everything all ready to list. I wrote up the title, I wrote up the description, I did everything. And then I thought, I wonder how many books there are in the whole series and how much more valuable it would be if I had all of them. So I did a tiny bit of research. I found out I was only missing 3 books. Number 1, like I said, and then number 57 and 58. So I thought I'm just gonna go ahead and order these 3 books that I'm missing from eBay, and then I'll be able to sell it for at least $100 more than I was planning to. So I spent about $16 and ordered these 3 books. Unfortunately, you know, I ordered them from the cheapest places, which are these, like, you know, huge quantity bulk book sellers, and most of them use eBay's built-in photos. You know, if you put an ISBN number in, eBay has a whole library of images and they just choose a picture for you. So in this case, the 3 that I ordered, only one of them was from the same edition, you know, has the same kind of cover and everything. These other 2 are slightly later. They're like glossy covers. This one is like 1959, and then I think the latest one, number 56, is like 1970. So these glossy editions are from the late 70s, 78. So they're not as cool. They're not as sought after. I probably could have gotten as much as $400 to $500 for this set if I had all of them in the same edition, but now I have these 2. I waited 2 weeks to list this while these books came in, so I don't want to wait any longer and try my best to find the exact edition that I want. So I'm just going to sell these. I'm going to try for $300, which, like I said, probably could get a little bit more if I did a little bit more searching for the last 2 books in the right edition. But enough's enough. I'm just going to sell these and get them out of here. Hopefully they'll sell quickly. You know, I'm not sure what the demand is, you know, how high the demand is for these, but I think it's probably pretty good. There is another book to really have a complete series. There's another book that's called like the Hardy Boys Case File or the Hardy Boys Detective Manual or something like that. And it's like, it's not a fiction book, it's not a mystery. It's more like a book that tells you hints and tips on how to be a better detective yourself. So I was considering ordering that, and I was like, how much more is that going to add to the value of my collection that I have here? And I didn't think it was going to be enough value to add those, to take the time to find that final book in the series. So I'm just going to list these, get rid of them. So at this point, I have about $16.65 or something invested in these books. If I can turn that into 300, that would be a pretty good turnaround. And I have a lot of wiggle room if people are sending me offers, or if I want to send out offers or anything like that. I can just move these books as quickly as possible, you know, get them out of here. Hopefully they'll sell quickly. I think they will, but who knows? You never really know with this stuff. Okay, so that one, let's get these last photos added to the listing. I've already adjusted the title and the description and everything to include the 3 new books. I just need to add these extra photos. So let's add them, upload photos. I'm doing it through the app, the eBay app. So one of them, the book number 1 in the series, has some writing on the inside cover, so I want that. Most of them I'm just showing the covers. I don't have enough. eBay only allows you to post 24 pictures. So there's, what did I say, 58 books in the series. It's not enough. There's not enough room to really give in-depth pictures of every single one of these books. So, well, most of the pictures have 4. Some of them have 3. Some of them just have 1, you know, whatever seemed like the best thing to do. Okay, so that's ready to go. All right, the next thing I'm going to take a picture of is, not that, I'll just do this little keychain. I got some of the stuff I took pictures of yesterday. I was showing you things that came from a garage sale. This came from that garage sale, and the next item I'm gonna show came from that same garage sale. So I think I got 9 or 10 items at that sale for. He wanted to charge me 20. I felt bad. I mean, he wanted to charge me 12, and I felt bad at that amount, so I gave him 20. And I'm gonna do very well on that $20. Like this ZZ Top keychain. There's one that's in the package, brand new. This is from the 80s. That sold for $180. I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere near that for this keychain. I think I'm gonna try to get, what did I say? I'll try to get 50. I paid $2 for it. So, you know, if I got 20 for it, I'd feel pretty good about it. This one is definitely vintage from the 80s based on the type of clasp it has. But there are newer ones that look pretty much identical, and they're selling for like $15 to $20. So I'm not going to get too greedy on this. I'm going to start out by asking for 50, and if I don't get it, I'll just lower that price and try to get a different amount for it. Well, I keep taking my tape measures to measure other things, and I don't bring them back. I was going to put a tape measure on here and take a picture of that too, but it's not necessary. I already have it. I already have the measurements written in the listing, so it's gonna be fine. Okay, I'm gonna put this in a cube drawer. I'm just gonna choose one and then put it in there later. Choose one, cube 1A. I'll put that in there after I finish with this other item, which is a vintage Craftsman ratchet. This is a nice one. It looks like it's never been used to me. There's no damage to it, no grease or anything on it. It's perfect, beautiful condition. People do collect these made in the USA ones, and there's something about this, the symbol V has 2. This one has a single dash on either side of it. Sometimes they have 2 dashes, looks like an equal sign. So there's a lot of different numbers or like codes that mean different things there. I think it essentially means something to do with what forge Craftsman had these made in. This is one that's going to be a little bit tough because there's a couple that have sold for like pretty good amount of money, like over $70, and there's others that sold for like 2 or 3 or 4, you know, this size, and then smaller for only like $25, $30. So I don't know if that's just a pricing issue. The demand seems to be there. There's a pretty good sell-through rate on these, and this one is like perfect condition. So the other one that sold for over 70, I think it was 77, had it said new old stock on it, and it was in worse condition than this one. So I put new old stock on this too. I'm not totally convinced that it's never been used, but it really, really looks like it. So I paid $1 single for it. I think I'm just gonna list it at, I think I'll list it at 60, and then if it doesn't sell, I'll lower it down to 50. I mean, I paid $1. Okay, so let's go into the eBay app, get the ZZ Top one open. No, that's the one we already did. Sears Craftsman ratchet. It's a big 1/2-inch drive, so it's a nice ratchet. I probably should just keep it and use it. I think I'm gonna make this picture number 1. This seems a little bit more photogenic in that picture, so we'll do that. Okay, now I gotta find a location to put this, but I'm gonna just do that off camera. Right now, I'm gonna just call this photo session done, and then we're gonna go and start packing the 3 orders that came in. So get ready for that. Okay, I pulled these 3 things that need to ship out today, and they're right here. So this is going to be a very quick session. These are very simple orders that won't take much time to pack at all. So let's start with these Craftsman. These are sockets. I had one day where I just got hundreds and hundreds of sockets for like 10 and 20 cents a piece from a couple of different yard sales. Some of them sold real quickly. Some of them have been sitting for a little while. That was back in, let's see, when was that? Like August of last year? So they haven't been sitting for that long really, but some of them sold so quickly I thought they were all just gonna go like that, but that's not the case. They've been, I wouldn't say they've been languishing. That's not that long. It's less, I mean, I guess it is a year. It's over a year they've been here. I listed them on September 2nd, this set anyway. And I'm gonna just stretch wrap these to this cardboard. Let's go the other way too. This will just hold it in place. And then I'm gonna put it in just a regular bubble mailer. I have one here that's already been used once. I'll just put a label over this label. And let's see, I want the cardboard to be down on the side where I'm gonna put the label. Nice flat surface. Anyway, these have been, I listed and relisted these several times, trying to get some motion on a bunch of these Craftsman sockets. And this one, for whatever reason, I just decided I'm going to just list them all at like $9.99 or $6.99 or $7.99 and just get them to move. So somebody finally grabbed these, scooped these up for only 10 bucks. I think after oh my gosh, I put them all together, you know, I probably paid 10 to, let's see, how many are here? There's 5 in here, and I put $1.50 as the cost of goods. It probably wasn't quite that much. Maybe it was less than that, and I just averaged it out. But I only sold them for $10, so this is not going to be a big profitable item. But we will make some profit on it. It's pretty easy to ship, pretty easy to store, so we'll get them out of here. These are sockets. Scoot this over. I'm gonna get a tear on my scale. 15 ounces, so good, less than a pound. And this package is about 7 by 7 by 2. And who are they going to? These will ship to CH in Minnesota. So this should be pretty cheap. Minnesota's nice and close to me. All right, what's next? Okay, this is a CD. I just brought this home. It's a double disc set, the Orbital. This has only been listed for a few days, or maybe a little more. I can't remember for sure when I listed it, but not very long ago. It's going to another country through the eBay International Shipping Program. So I like to put stuff in nice packages if I know it's gonna be handled through that program. So I'm gonna use a brand new bubble mailer, even though I absolutely don't need to. And I'm wrapping it in cardboard to give it a little extra protection. I wouldn't put a CD just in a bubble mailer. It's too much possibility for it to get damaged. And this one is going to be going overseas. Let's figure out where it's going. So it's just going to Glendale Heights. This is through the eBay International Shipping Program. Show recipient address, United Kingdom. So definitely going to be going over out of the country and on its way across the ocean. So let's pack it up a little bit better than we might normally. All right, that's good. CD weighs 6 ounces only. Package size is 11 by 10 by 1, and it's going to, I'm just going to write EIS on here. I'll know what that means. eBay International Shipping. Okay, then the final sale is like the real sale of the day. And this is not like a huge profit one either. We're probably going to make around $40, $45 today, maybe after paying shipping costs. This box is folded wrong. I've had some bad luck with these boxes, you know, having manufacturing defects, but most of them are pretty nice. Okay, so a VHS tape, In Search of Noah's Ark. I got that for, well, let's go back to the Orbital CD. I paid $0 for that. I got that for free. I sold it for $10. So we'll probably make $8 to $9 on that after fees and everything. All right, In Search of Noah's Ark. This is a VHS tape. I don't typically look at VHS tapes in the thrift stores unless something just jumps out at me. And this one did. They had a bunch of religious tapes there, so I was looking at all of those. I looked at this one and I decided to buy it in the store. But once I got it home and I did some research, it didn't seem like it had any sales value, so I just lotted these together. The Noah's Ark one typically seems to be selling for like $50, $45 to $50. I put $45 on it with the bonus tape, and it sold pretty quickly. It only took, I would say it took like 15 days to sell, maybe less, and for $45 plus shipping. I paid $3 a piece for these tapes, so $6 cost of goods on that, and then sell it for $45. That's okay. My favorite multiplier is 10. Like I like to buy something for $3 and sell it for 30, at least 30, or $5 and sell it for at least 50. But that's just not usually possible. Although it's not that uncommon. All right, this is gonna go in this box. I'm gonna put a little paper around it. There, this side closed easier. Okay, let's tape it up. Oops. Should have cut that a little bit longer. I've been experimenting. I usually put tape around this side, but I've been experimenting with trying less and less tape to save money on tape, really. And I haven't had any issues yet. That's 1.5. It's 1 pound 5 ounce. This box is 10 by 7 by 3. And it's going to, where is this going? CFL in California. So somebody out there in California must have a VCR. Okay, I'm gonna buy the labels for these 3 packages, and then I'll come back and tell you exact profits on each one of those, and then how we're doing so far this month as far as profits. So hang on. Okay, these 3 boxes for packages are ready to go. I've already requested a porch pickup from the USPS. You can see that there. Close that. Let's go to the spreadsheet. My carrier seems to have been on vacation, or maybe she's sick or something. I hope she's okay. I've seen different carriers the last couple of days, and I hope she comes back. I really like her. Okay, anyway, so let's go through these items. Those 2 VHS tapes, I paid $6 for them. I sold them for $45.99. I charged $6.22 shipping. The actual shipping cost was $5.22. And then the eBay fees were $7.94, almost $8 on those. And so we ended up making a profit of $32.05 on those 2 tapes. The CD, the Orbital, we made $8.06, and then the Craftsman sockets, $7.16. So total for today, $47.27, which is, you know, that's not a great amount. We've been doing much better than that lately. A couple of days ago, we had over 200. The day before that, over, well, mostly we've been hovering right around 120. I'm trying to make 150 a day, but today, $47. Pretty low. But it doesn't affect our average too much right now. For the month, the average profit per day during August is $120.77. I want that number to be higher. I want it to be 170. And then the average profit per sale is $30, around $30. So that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another packing video for sure. We'll have some sales. I have a sneaking suspicion some more sales are going to come in tonight. It's just about 9 o'clock now. We've got a few more hours until the end of the day. So I think there will be, I have a real strong feeling there's going to be some more sales today. So I definitely won't record packing those, but you can see them in my YouTube posts. So that's where I post things that come in, sales that come in overnight after I've already packed. So take a look there to see other stuff that's sold. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.